I grew up in a very rough family environment. My parents were not present and was just exposed to way too much at an early age. My mom dropped me off at my grandmother's doorstep and said, I don't want her. And that was that, and took off. And my grandma took on role of being everything to me. And I had a nice, quiet season. I got to be a little bit of a kid and color and ride bikes and just be me. And then one day, my grandma sat me down and she said, your dad's gonna come pick you up. My dad would meet different women. We would move in with them. And they would fight, and it would always end with us getting kicked out. And things didn't really get better. My parents fought all the time. There was quite a bit of drama because you never really knew what you were coming home to, whether you were gonna be seeing police officers at your door or if you were just gonna have a nice, peaceful day. At 7, I started just making up outrageous stories to a girl at school. She reported that to a counselor, and the counselor pursued me to open up and talk about my home life. I didn't care. I didn't want to talk to her. She finally got me to, share a little bit about what was going on in my life, and that was the moment that my life was changing. I was dropped off at a stranger's house, which was really intense for me. Foster care was the most leveled time that I had. It was a completely different environment than anything I had ever known. I lived with Bert and Carla for 3 years, and I got to go to church for the first time. I loved everything about it from the first day that I went. I was not the kid that you had to coax out of bed and tell you to get dressed. I was like, let's go. I loved Jesus, and I needed everybody to know that I loved Jesus. I can't thank the Moore family enough for bringing that into my life, helping me put that piece of the puzzle together. My foster parents always went to Nebraska for the holidays. When you're in foster care, it's really tedious to leave the state. I would go to a different foster home so that my foster parents could go and do Christmas with just them and their family. One year, my foster parents told me that they were moving to Nebraska. I was right back in that same mindset of, well, what does that mean for me? What happens to me? Where do I go? Who's gonna look after me? It's hard to feel accepted and loved when you're constantly being booted to the next place, to the next set of parents. You don't really ever feel wanted. I was just upstairs by myself in this home, and we had been learning about trusting God with the desires of your heart and not being afraid to seek Him and to ask for those things. I came across Matthew chapter 7, where it really talks about how you ask and seek from God the desires of your heart. He will grant them to you if you believe. I decided to put it to the test. And I said, if you're real, then this is what I want for Christmas. A mom and a dad, 2 big brothers to keep me safe. And I had to have a collie dog because everybody knows Lassie was the coolest thing ever, and that was what I prayed for. Christmas Day came by, and I just waited and waited. I was kind of starting to lose it. I was getting a little emotional, a little upset. Around 7:30, my foster parents called, and they said, we have some really good news for you. Your social worker called us 30 minutes ago to tell us that you're gonna get adopted and you're meeting your family in 3 weeks. He answered my prayer. I got my mom and my dad, him and Mark Savage, and my 2 older brothers, Joel and Josh. And I got my collie dog. Her name was Ginger. They became my family. My adoptive parents were so great at just nurturing to my soul and helping me understand God's role in my life and what it meant to be a daughter of Christ. I started to make the Bible not just stories or something that I was just supposed to know, but something that was real. Bringing all of the things that I went through, all the pain, and just seeing Jesus's perspective through all of those situations. My understanding of God quickly became a relationship. The joy that comes out of me, I can really only attribute that to Christ just reflecting through me, because he's the one who gave me that joy and that passion to follow him and to serve him and to give that joy to somebody else.